Today, we're reviewing the MaxFind FF-AT, an electric skateboard with all-terrain wheels, dual hub motors packed with 1,500 watts that give you a top speed of 28 miles an hour. And with a price of $999, this might be one of the best budget all-terrain electric skateboards that you can buy right now. Let's get right into it. For unboxing, it comes with the board neatly packaged, and you also get the remote, the charger, and a multi-tool. Taking a look at the specs of this board, it has dual 1,500 watt hub motors in the rear. The advantage of hub motors compared to other belt-driven boards is that there's less friction and no gears or belts. This means improved range, weight reduction, and a cleaner look. The wheels are 165 millimeters with solid all-terrain rubber tires, so you'll never have to worry about getting any flats or replacing any tubes. And since the tread is all-terrain, it's good for both city streets and off-roading. But one drawback with hub motors is that you can't swap them out for other tires like street wheels, unlike other electric skateboards such as Evolve. Looking at the deck, it's made of a composite fiberglass material that's meant to be durable, lightweight, while also having a good amount of flex to it. For weight, the board with the battery weighs 27 pounds, but there's also a handle built into the top of the board, which allows you to easily pull it while the rear wheels can roll freely on the ground. The trucks are also made of a special composite material, which is supposed to be stronger than steel, but also more lightweight. And the trucks are a double kingpin design, so they're able to carve while being stable at high speeds. They also allow you to have a much tighter turning radius than regular trucks. For the battery, it's an 8.7 amp hour, 376 watt hour pack that's located in a compartment at the top of the board. There's a latch that you can easily open, and the battery is removable, so you can easily swap it out if you want to extend your range with extra batteries. But you can also charge the board using a plug directly on the outside of the board. Looking at the remote, it's pretty basic compared to other electric skateboard remotes on the market. It has a scroll wheel for the acceleration and braking, but no deadman switch. So you need to be careful not to accidentally roll it unintentionally, or your board could fly away. There's a small screen on the bottom which displays the battery of the remote and board, and it also shows current speed, trip, and odometer. Using the mode button, you can toggle between different riding modes. And one thing we do like about the remote is that it'll turn on both the board on and off wirelessly without having to press the button underneath the board. Getting into the riding, we tested the board both in the street and off-road. For off-roading, it performed very well and was a ton of fun to ride. It was able to handle the gravel, the grassy paths, while still being able to accelerate and brake quickly when we needed. We even rode in a bunch of leaves and was surprised at how well the tires were handling it. But climbing up steep hills did become difficult, and we either slipped or didn't have enough torque to make it all the way up. Another thing that we did notice while riding on bumpy off-road terrain is that we could hear the battery rattling inside the compartment. Now, we think this could be an easy fix by adding some extra foam padding inside the compartment. Riding in the streets, the all-terrain wheels handled the pavement great. It has the ability to carve really well thanks to the double kingpin trucks and the flex of the board. And being able to reach top speeds of 28 miles an hour makes it really exhilarating and fun to ride, making it a great option for a commuter board. It's also rated to climb hills up to 35% grade, and we had no problem cruising up a few steep hills. Meanwhile, for braking, the hub motors are surprisingly very strong and able to come to a quick stop. We were even able to lock up the wheels for some light skids, but don't expect it to be as strong as belt-driven motors. Looking at range, MaxFind advertises a range of 17 miles. However, the actual range you'll get will vary based on your weight, how fast you ride, and the terrain that you're riding on. Riding on a flat path going about 17 to 20 miles an hour, we were able to get around 15 miles of range. However, riding off-road, our range was much less, around 5 to 7 miles. For accessories, you can easily add lights, and we got the Shred Lights SL-R1 that we mounted on the top of the board, along with an SL-300 on the rear tail light. These lights are super bright and will light up the path up to 80 feet ahead. So overall, let's look at some pros and cons of the MaxFind FF-AT. Some of the pros include great value in specs, flexible deck, removable battery, good braking for hub motors, great range, and a handle to carry. And a few cons include you can't swap wheels to street wheels, remote is basic, no Bluetooth or app connectivity, and rattling from the battery. Alright, that's it for now. Next up, be sure to watch some of our other reviews, including other electric skateboards and rides, right here on our channel.